Now, I have another thing I'm gonna get to with Noah Samsen on a later date, but I think this is like the hors d'oeuvres. This is the hors d'oeuvres to our great meal. This is a 2-course giant tasty meal, maybe 3-course, depending on what happens with the lawsuit that's getting thrown his way. Because if you don't know anything about Noah Samsen, he is getting hit with a lawsuit from Mudahar and H3H3 for defamation. Because this guy is constantly lying, constantly misrepresenting everything. But today we're gonna do a little bit of a shorter one to kind of like just ease you into it. And by short, it's still going to be a very long video because like this guy categorically lies about everything as long as it supports his cause. And I love how all of these people in this little like circle jerk of this progressive psychotic extremism of that they live in will lie and slander and do whatever just to make themselves right. It's always categorically to make themselves look like the more virtuous and right person. And on top of that, on absolute top of that, they will utilize as many meat shields as possible to protect them from criticism. And what do I mean by meat shields? I mean that they will highlight things going on in other parts of the world where people are actually losing their lives, and then say, well, you don't care about that, that's why you're making fun of me. And I think that's disgusting. I think that's disgusting because they can't stand on their own merit. They have to use the tragedy of others to protect themselves. But let's get right into it. This is from more Pegasus. The biggest liar on YouTube just got exposed.
Okay, so we gotta talk about Noah Samsen. So about 2 months ago, I made a video on the Illymation drama. Basically, a YouTuber named Think Before You Sleep, or Sean, made a video calling out Illymation's video, Perks of Being the Fat Kid, for general misinformation regarding obesity and nutrition. In response, Illymation, without even watching the video, told her followers to report this video for cyberbullying and harassment. Then, out of nowhere, another commentary YouTuber named Noah Samsen made a video titled Think Before You Dox, where he was criticizing Sean for his video on Illymation. He also made a follow-up video called Think Before You Lie, and after this video, Think Before You Sleep got striked, but he appealed it and the video is back up on YouTube, so it was declared as not harassment. Now, it turns out Noah's video was so astronomically bad that Galileo rose from the dead just to tell me to make this video. He pretty much lies about everything, misrepresents entire arguments, and masterfully manipulates his entire audience. He even brought up my name in that video, implying that I lied about things as well, and that obviously pissed me off. So I've been waiting patiently in the shadows like a angry honey badger until this day. Think Before You Sleep has finally responded with a 2-hour-long video, and it is an absolute massacre. Noah got nuked harder than Japan in World War II. So we're just gonna go over this video and give Noah a little bit of our own spanking. So Sean starts the video going through some...
Well, and you might be wondering why I'm putting this now, considering this is old drama. This is the highlighted trend, and this is a trend that I will kind of capitalize on in my later video about him. I think that there's a lot of people who think that what's going on with Noah Samsen right now is an isolated incident. Oh, like H3 and Muda, they're going way too wacko mode. They're just calling out this random YouTuber that just who cares about this guy, right? He made a bad video. Why are we? Well, it's not about that. It's about a pattern of behavior, and this guy is constantly lying. That's just what he is. Again, he will utilize whatever lies and whatever manipulation he possibly can to take anybody down around him, but then himself sitting there acting like he's the good guy. And that's the pattern we're looking at here. That's what this mullet mustached douchebag. I mean, what's with this douchebag cut? What are they like? Oh, dude, we're gonna shove it to those old country singer guys that they seem like white supremacists, and we're taking it back. I don't know, dude. I don't know, but it looks like every country singer from the 90s, they just decided to rip them off and then be the most douchebags possible. It ruins my love of people like Alan Jackson. And well, I mean, I still love Alan Jackson. Alan Jackson is the GOAT. But I mean, come on, dude. Alan Jackson in that era of country, they were running this shit, and now you guys are stealing it from the rednecks? Come on now.
History of their beef.
Noah and I go all the way back to last year, where he made multiple videos accusing me of lying to my audience, not pre-watching content that I react to in videos, and he accused me of not doing proper research. After 3 videos of him doing this, I decided to take my responses out of the community tab and release this video here giving multiple examples of him criticizing videos that he didn't actually watch, and him using multiple studies in this video that he didn't actually read as evidence of his points. And I mean that it was blatantly obvious that he didn't read any of the studies because they directly contradicted the points that he was making in the video, like one sentence past the abstract.
You better look in the damn mirror and check yourself, because you are guilty of everything. that you accuse them of.
Okay, so this is a very common theme with Noah. He is just absolutely abysmal at any kind of research. This guy will read any statement.
Dude, this is 100% true because, like, even right now, where he's utilizing like certain talking points to highlight the fact that like all these people are supporting a genocide, but the actual sources that he's utilizing prove him categorically wrong if you actually read the fucking sources. This dude finds an excerpt that is slowly, kind of tangentially applied to the point he wants to make, and then just slapping his dick on the screen and saying, "Look, dude, I'm fucking right. I actually cite my sources." Yeah, but if you look at any of his cited sources, he's literally proven wrong in all of his fucking sources always, which just makes him like disingenuous to be the nicest, a fucking absolute disgusting liar to be the worst.
At all and twist it and warp it into supporting whatever he believes in, right? Even if it directly contradicts his thinking. Like, he could read a statement saying doxing is bad, and he would somehow go into the history of the word bad, somehow connect it to Nazis, and conclude that doxing is actually good. The amount of mental gymnastics these people can do is absolutely incredible. If I could describe him in one sentence, he's like Hasan Piker if he was less rich, less famous, even stupider, and somehow more annoying. So now that you know the history between the—
Actually, I think the only difference, I don't even think that there's a difference, other than the fact that Hasan had a rich daddy and a rich uncle to put him into the industry. The game kind of paved him a road to have success, but they make the exact same style of content. Actually, I think even though Noah Samsen's videos are categorically wrong on 98% of the time, well, I won't go that high of a percentage, but a fuckload of times, dude, he's spraying his fucking juice on every lie, and then every once in a while hitting the truth, right? So this guy puts a little more effort into his content than Hasan does, but the main difference is the fact that Hasan's daddy and uncle had money and a media empire to push him into the atmosphere, but they would be the exact same person if Noah would have had the same mommy milker daddies.
Them, let's address the actual video. So Sean says that Illumation promotes junk food in her post, and Noah says that, oh, Sean is lying to his audience by leaving out context because Illumation was actually eating healthy. But
oh, dude, absolutely. I actually so I don't know about Noah being a hypocrite behind the scenes, but like there's a good chance, because you look at Hasan, dude. Hasan is constantly like virtue signaling, and then he goes out and does his like typical like I'm hanging out with the boys bullshit, which just seems to like contradict how he acts for his audience. And I feel like this guy's probably the same way. He probably goes and hangs out with the boys, is a big fucking like making edgy jokes and shit, and then soon as the camera's on, he is the virtue signaling goblin, bro. He is the king of fucking dumping as much baby goo virtue bullshit onto the screen as anybody else. And then in the background, he's probably talking about how he likes just like spraying women in the face with his baby seed or some shit. Now, this is all just jokes at the end of the day. I'm not actually trying to say that he's just like lining up women and spraying them in the mouth with semen, but I just see them being that way. I mean, look at I'm Alex. I'm Alex like was categorically proven to not be the guy that he was in front of the camera, because these guys are living off of that fucking progressive virtue signal, I'm better than you nonsense.
Of course, he gets it completely wrong.
Business time.
I mean, Noah, more like, no duh, got him. That fucking chat was retarded. That was a retarded chat, but I still was mildly funny.
Some investigating to find out what Alyssa's eating habits are. After scrolling down through her community tab, the only thing I was able to see her eating was ice cream.
I want to talk about how we had to lie for a lot of these insults, like how the very next post on her community tab after the milkshake thing showed her holding a bag of wheat bread.
For one, she didn't eat that bread. Her pet did, so I went on a technicality. 2, bread is not healthy. Bread is a processed food, it's bad for you, and it's a lot of calories. Every social media post that I found of her for that video is her in front of a bunch of candy, or promoting processed junk food, or eating fried corn, or eating food that was made from a box. To further fact check this, for this video, I scrolled all the way down through her social media, except for Tumblr. I don't know how Tumblr works. Here's everything I found in reference to things that she was consuming. Here's everything from Twitter, here's YouTube, and here's Instagram. It's almost all processed junk food like ice cream, Doritos, Burger King, Taco Bell with a caption saying that she loves Taco Bell again about 2 weeks later, a refrigerator full of donuts, pancakes and mac and cheese, and matzo ball soup that she said in a video was made from a box. The healthiest thing I found her eating was this piece of chicken, and maybe these dragon rolls from 8 years ago. Like most Americans, I don't think Alyssa knows what healthy food is.
Absolutely eviscerated.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what healthy food is. I'm a morbidly obese man. And this is the thing, guys. This is the thing. Like, here's something important. I know I'm not living a healthy lifestyle. I don't condone anybody to eat or do the things I do. I think that if you do what I do, you're probably going to die of a heart attack at, like, fucking 60. And I need to make some changes in my own lifestyle. But I'm never going to go on screen and, like, promote this type of stuff and act like this is the best thing. And then, like, claim to be, like, a victim of fat shaming. It's like, no, dude, fat shame me to fucking hell, dog, because, like, I need to run sometimes.
This guy went through every single social media post she made to prove his point. Noah, you are so outmatched, it is not even funny. I would actually never open my mouth again if I were you. This is fucking embarrassing for you. And it just gets worse and worse and worse throughout the video. The amount of lies Noah gets caught in is just ridiculous. I feel like his commentary YouTuber license actually just needs to be rescinded. This next part, Noah implies that Sean is some type of weird stalker who's going through very old pictures of Illymation, but Sean proves it wrong in literally under a minute.
I want to talk about how he spent what must have been hours digging around her social media accounts to find photos of her eating junk food and of her body at a time when she weighed less in order to accuse her of lying about her diet.
Noah, you have to know that this doesn't take hours to do. Well, maybe he doesn't know because he's bad at research, but let me show you how fast you can find these pictures. Okay, I just opened up OBS and we're going to scroll down from the top of her Instagram. And this is not going to take that long at all. Not even scrolling down that quickly. And there's this picture. Scrolling down a little bit more. And let's see, there is that picture. Didn't take that long at all. This took less than a minute. It's not that hard. Alyssa doesn't post that much.
Wow, Sean is such a weird guy, spending hours trying to find pictures of her. Literally finds it in under a minute. Also, even if
dude, honestly, like, a lot of this research type shit isn't even that hard. The problem with people like Noah Samsen is they look for headlines. They look for headlines and that's it. Now, I've only ever done that in one video where I utilized headlines, and it was because I wanted as many headlines as I possibly could utilize for this video. That I was kind of hitting Hasan with him being a hypocrite toward genocide, where he only cared about this Muslim genocide and not the one that happened in China. And what I did was I read part of the articles, but I didn't read all of them, and I went and found every single one that was from, like, Al Jazeera talking about the Uyghur genocide, and I put it in the video just to kind of highlight the fact that news articles that news sites that he uses were blasting China for the Uyghur genocide. But I'm catching up to current, but that was a top-notch dad joke. No, I agree. The more like no duh was a great dad joke. But that's the only time I've used where I was like, okay, I'm gonna put in some tangential evidence here to support my cause. But I go through in the video and read actual articles, and I most of my sources are on screen. I just added those for extra context to the fact that people couldn't go through and say, oh, well, you're not actually utilizing the correct sources. You're using these guys and their Israel propaganda or their blah blah blah. I didn't want to be hit with any of that, so I used as many sources from as many different places as I possibly could.
Supposing Before You Sleep was spending hours on, finding pictures of her. Who cares? It's not like he's looking for creepy pictures or anything like that. It's literally research that is relevant to the video. And unlike you, he actually wants to get his facts right before he publishes something. So spending hours on something is a plus point for effort. And I know he puts a lot of effort in because he's been working on this response for a while now. And he did this entire video attempting to cover up your very weird half-naked baby pictures. So for some reason in Noah's response video, he spammed a bunch of pictures of him shirtless as a child. And it just made it so uncomfortable to watch. It's like, imagine you were about to, like, box somebody and they just, take down their underwear. Like, what do you even do? Like, that's pretty much the move.
You punch him in the dick. You either grab or punch him in the dick. I know, because you can't go below the belt, right? But if they don't have a belt on, like, what the fuck are, like, there's no more rules. There's no more rules. It's straight, just, you use the tip of that mushroom tip like a speed bag, and you're just, and they start going up in octaves, and you win the fight.
Noah pulled there, but luckily Sean removed them with some adult pictures of him. Anyways, after this, Noah does something extremely manipulative. He spams a bunch of mean comments towards Illymation, and then he keeps blaming Sean for them. And he keeps reiterating this point over and over in the video to cement in the audience's mind that this is directly because of Sean. But I'm sorry, the creator is never responsible for people commenting random shit.
Right after Sean posted this response, the comment section on Illy's video went through some changes. It was flooded with hate comments, threats, insults, inflammatory accusations.
Yeah, I didn't say...
This is the thing. You are not responsible for other people's actions. I'm sorry. I fucking hate this. I always hate this. Like, you're sending hate to this creator. It's like, no. I can say in the video, like right now, in my video, I'm going to say, do not send any hate to Noah Samsen, even though he's a disingenuous liar who is slanderous and is constantly performing defamation, everything. Basically everything you could possibly do, he has done in terms of lying, but I still don't want you to send hate to his channel. I think it's unjust. I think it's disgusting to just go in and spam on somebody's video that you hate them, right? There we go. Cover my bases. But for some reason, these guys will still utilize the fact that even though somebody will say that, even though somebody will go out of their way to say don't send hate to these creators, they will still try to blame these motherfuckers for their problems. Like, oh, it's your audience. You look, because they're your underlings. They know you control everything they do because you're all living in a little hive mind. I'm like, no, sorry, dude. Most creators in the world, their fans. Most fans, and I hope this is my fan base, have the ability to think for their fucking selves. They have their own fucking brain cells to rub together like I do with your mom every weekend, right? So you look at this, and I think that most people, I have no control over those motherfuckers because they're thinking about their own shit. They're doing their own thing. I have no way of telling them what to do and how to do it because they're their own fucking individuals. I mean, we don't all live in an echo chamber like you motherfuckers do.
Any of those things. Other people did. By the way, I love how Noah messes up the timeline so he can tell people that my viewers go and threaten people every time I make a video. Now, I don't condone these comments, but you can understand why some people might be a little extra mad and why some of the comments might be meaner after a creator tried to get someone deplatformed. If you don't like mean comments, it's perfectly fine to block them or pause your comment section for a bit. So no, viewers of mine don't just go threatening people every time I criticize someone like Noah suggested.
Okay, this has got to be one of Noah's dumbest arguments, you know, using other people's words and blaming it on...
I agree, but I think you can also just encourage your audience, just like you did, to not be psychotic and go bug with somebody. And I agree. And here's the thing that I see a lot of different between like somebody like me and somebody like these people, because I've seen Hasan just talk about brigading people, and like it even like when he's saying to brigade people for a good, I don't think you should ever have your audience go flood to something. I don't think you should ever be like, oh dude, there are mean comments on this, go counteract it, you good little fucking simps. Or if you see somebody that you don't like and then you never actually say don't go harass them. I mean, the great example is all these people never came out. This whole group of this fucking Hasan sphere never went out and said, you know, maybe we should stop listening to Bad Empanada. Maybe we should stop facilitating this lie that Ethan's a bad parent. None of them actually went out and took the most minor fucking ability to make a 5-minute video that says, please don't harass Ethan even though we disagree on politics, because they believe that they're these virtuous fucking super fucking revolutionaries that their main goal is to destroy anybody that disagrees with them. It's disgusting. I do think that you should at least take the minor amount of time to say, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't be little fucking menstruation goblins on the beat, bro. Please don't be fucking smearing your period juice all over these other channels. I mean, that's so easy. It's so easy to do, dog. But like, I see it all the time, especially with like the Ethan Klein CPS drama. There is no way that even if I criticized him as a parent, right, I would still say this does not mean harass him. I just think his parenting style is different than mine. That is a much way better way to go about it than somebody should take his fucking kids. See, I think you're 100% right there though.
On Sean is just ridiculous, because you can be the nicest person on the planet, but if people do not like the person that you are criticizing for something they did, they will be writing mean comments. And pretty much every creator disavows these comments. I've said it a bunch of times. If I ever make a video on somebody, please do not go to the comment section. Keep all discussion here. But, you know, it happens. It's bound to happen. Now, Noah also talks about context being cut in Sean's video when he does the same thing 10 times worse repeatedly. In fact, he is the king of cutting context to manipulate points.
Let's talk about how you cut important context from my video and clipped it in a way that makes it look like I'm kind of in favor of harassment.
On the internet, things like doxing and harassment are often treated as natural law. Mean comments are inevitable. Even if you ask people not to, they'll still leave them. If people are going to take things too far, like doxing, then there's not much you can really do to stop it. This seems to be Sean's perspective on the matter.
This comment brigading behavior appears to just be a fact of nature that creators can't control. So really, it's on YouTube to make an interface change that addresses this problem.
The only real exemption from this excuse seems to be...
Or hear me out. This is a wild fucking thing. This is just absolutely fucking wild. Me as a creator who gets angry comments all the fucking time, here's what you can do. You can respond to them and get more engagement from these angry comments. Get these fucking spurgs to actually just go full retard behavior and comment more, and get your video pushed a little bit further, and ignore them and not let them fucking affect you. Like, just remember that these are people that have have less life than you do on the internet and are fucking angry because you decided to actually do some work in your life. It's not that hard. And another thing, it's like, what do you want? Like, what do you want the difference to be, right? What do you want there to be a change? You can already go through you can go through as a creator. This is something every fucking creator can do, and they can put words, right? They can have words that when you type those words into the fucking comment box, get their comment removed. You already have the ability to stop this shit. But what happens is they allow it to keep fucking happening. Then they can post it and virtue signal for it and pretend like they're just being mass attacked. Because, like, yeah, they are getting attacked. It is bad that that's happening, right? But they could do preemptive things to stop it. They start seeing a couple comments about, you're fat, you're disgusting, whatever. You put fat, the word fat, in words that aren't allowed in my comment section. Boom. Problem fucking solved. There's already an interface change that does that. It's like, there's no personal accountability ever with these motherfuckers, and that's what bothers me.
When a creator directly asks their audience to harass or dox someone. If that doesn't happen though, then sorry, it's the internet.
Here's one of my favorite life hack that's been...
And like, what are you supposed to do as a creator to like stop that? Nothing. There's absolutely nothing that I can personally do to stop another creator from getting gated, right? But that creator can put in steps to make sure it doesn't happen to themselves. That's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm saying I'm condoning the harassing. I'm saying that you could use a little bit of your fucking... I know this area. This is Lamoille Canyon in Nevada. This is literally Lamoille Canyon in Nevada. Sorry, I got distracted.
That cut he made kind of makes me look like a villain who is defending comment brigading. What's missing from that context was about a 1-minute rant about how it's wrong for people to leave mean comments on other channels, me saying it was okay for Alyssa to remove the ability to comment to prevent harassment, and me giving an incredibly simple change that YouTube can make right away that would heavily limit mean comments. Clearly I'm against it, and I'm trying to discourage people from doing it. Why didn't Noah show or mention this?
I'll answer
That isn't Lamoille Canyon in Nevada. The last one was, though.
that one because he's a disingenuous hack who will do absolutely anything to win an internet video war. This guy has been twisting every single piece of information to support his side, and it is disgusting, all right? The least we expect as commentary creators is arguing in good faith, you know, representing the opponent's arguments properly. And if you can't even do that, and you start putting words in their mouth and, you know, twisting all these sentences, then why are you...
Where's it at? I used to live in Vegas. So it's in a town called Lamoille in Nevada. It's in northern Nevada. It's about I'd say 45 minutes outside of a town called Elko, which is right between Salt Lake and Reno.
Even in this genre, please go do something else. You are nothing but a net negative to the whole commentary community if you ignore every piece of context just to portray your side positively. Now, after this, Sean points out a bit of hypocrisy here where Noah also tells people to spam other people's comment section, which he would classify as harassment.
This is despite the fact that in the past, Noah himself has encouraged comment brigading against another YouTuber who goes by Xander Hall.
It's a full video. You can watch the whole thing. Also, if you do go there, don't say anything mean, please. Just comment Squid Gang with 6 G's.
Good times. Don't be mean, just dog whistle to...
Yep, exactly. This is the fucking point I was highlighting before. These guys fucking do this shit all the time. They utilize their audience to go harass another creator, but they don't have them say anything bad. They just have them say shit that then tangentially leads to their video where they're categorically calling them fucking pussy eating, not pussy eating, because pussy eating is good. No. Pussy scrubbers. They use fucking razor blade scrubbers to attack pussies. That's basically what he's saying. I mean, in a very joking manner. He's like, oh, this is a guy who uses razor blades to scrub pussies. What a fucking degenerate sociopath this guy is. But don't say that in his comments. Say squiggly diggly doogle lock.
Other Noah followers. And I know that Noah considers this harassment because he clipped people saying that they watch Diesel Patches and Pegasus as examples of comments that were harassment.
All right, there's our first cameo. And yeah, that is totally true. If you watch Pegasus, you indeed are committing harassment. I'm sorry, all of you guys watching, you're all just cyberbullies. Okay, please get off.
Bro, I miss Leafy. Even though Leafy's new Leafy is like completely gone off the deep end and he's fat now and weird. Old Leafy was fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. I don't think you should have been banned off of YouTube. I mean, he did have a bit of a drug problem. I think everybody knew that. So I hope he gets his shit back together, and they'll eventually allow him back on YouTube because dude kind of was funny.
The internet. Noah doesn't want you here. I'm sorry you had to find out this way that you are all horrible human beings, but Noah is just never wrong, guys. Sarcasm aside, I don't think it's harassment to say, hey, what up, Pegasus viewers? But if Noah thinks that harassment, okay. But then you can't have it both ways, where you're telling your audience to essentially spam other people's comment sections. Then how is this harassment? Like, that just makes him a giant hypocrite. When people like me always, tell people to keep the discussion in our comment section. So, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not surprised that Hasan Piker's biological son is a hypocrite. That was a joke, is not a son. But I wouldn't be surprised if he was, okay? Now, Sean points out the hypocrisy of saying that comments are harassment when every time Noah makes a video, Think Before You Sleep gets a bunch of mean comments as well.
Anytime Noah reacts to a video of mine, I get a bunch of mean and negative comments from his audience like these. Noah, for the sake of moral consistency, will you now admit that you are at least partially responsible for harassment and your videos on me caused me to get harassed by your audience?
No, you don't understand. It's okay when I do it. Rules for thee, but not for me. I remember when this doofus said that Sean attacked Illymation, quote unquote.
Well, you see, when his audience is doing it, they're fighting against genocide. And when your audience is doing it, they support a genocide because that makes any sort of fucking sense in any rationality ever. But that's the world we live in at this point. Now, I know this drama was from months ago, but it's just like, again, it's just highlighting the fact that now they have this fucking world problem that they can latch onto all of their bullshit. So everything they say can be, they can shove the bodies of a genocide right in front of them as a giant meat shield instead of taking any accountability.
Quote, out of nowhere, right? She didn't sign up for this. She didn't sign up for having her video criticized. Meanwhile, this actual moron made it several videos on Think Before You Sleep, seemingly out of nowhere. So how is she a victim who is a much larger creator and Sean is not? She's way bigger than him as well, so I don't know, the rules just never apply to him or anyone that he likes. I feel like if someone has made a video and posted it online to a public forum like YouTube here, then anybody is allowed to criticize that video. And you saying that he can't and that he's attacking Illy out of nowhere is just ridiculous. Sean even gives an example of Critical dealing with this issue of comment brigading as well.
Here's Charlie White, or Moist Critical, one of the nicest people on YouTube, saying that people in his audience still brigade comment sections against his wishes.
Yeah, because there's literally nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you personally can do about it. I'm sorry. It's like, it was like the whole drama when, and this is something I defended Hasan on, right? This is something I defended Hasan on against, like, when Ethan was, like, fucking, like, going after him. Hasan wasn't banning people in his comment section for being mean, who are being mean to Ethan, which I don't think he should have to. I don't, even though, like, you can look at it from, like, he was being hypocritical considering he bans anybody who disagrees with him all the time off of his comment section. I personally don't think you are responsible for what people in your comment section or people in your live stream comments are saying. I never think that you should be held accountable for that. And I will still stand to this day, even though I don't like Hasan. I'm not gonna go in, I'm not gonna, like, pretend that everything he does all the time is bad, because that would make me just as disingenuous as all these guys are. I think that the argument that he should have to delete comments that were against Ethan just because he's friends with Ethan is fucking retarded. It's massive retard behavior, and I don't think anybody has the control over anybody in their fan base, because they are their own fucking people. They come on whatever they want to come on, whether it be man, woman, or fucking super furry transgender super falcons or whatever. You know what I mean? It really doesn't. It really, you have no way of knowing what your fan base thinks. You have no way of knowing how they're going to act. So why the fuck is it my responsibility to fucking fall on the sword whenever they do something stupid? It isn't. It's dumb, and no one should be held to that standard.
I don't know how much more clear I can be when I say I can't stand it when people harass or insult someone or some community I make a video joking about. When I make a video, it's mainly for entertaining purposes. I never, ever want anyone going out of their way to harass and insult whoever or whatever it was about. I actively discourage that behavior, and it keeps happening. If the video is a complete joke, there's still some people that get so hateful towards whatever it was joking about that they'll go out of their way and harass them. I don't get it. Stop.
Unfortunately, this is exactly how it works. You can be as nice as possible and as charitable as possible. People will, at the end of the day, just do exactly what they want, you know? Anyways, moving on, a central point of Noah's video was that Sean insulted Illymation's appearance, and that is completely out of line, right? But then he cut out the part where he literally called her attractive, and it was just crazy to me that nobody pointed that out in his cult-like sheeple-ass audience, dude. It's absolutely insane to me that such important context is left out, and they didn't point that out.
I also hate this, dude. Who cares? This is going to make me look bad, and I don't give a shit. Who fucking cares if you make fun of the way somebody looks? Who actually gives a shit? Like, what point did we get to where it's like, he said that she was attractive, and I think she is a fairly attractive person, right? But at the end of the day, you should be able to make fun of people. Who the fuck cares? It's not that big of a deal. Grow the fuck up. Grow a fucking spine. Oh, somebody made fun of the way I look, dude. I am totally okay if everybody on the internet says you fucking ugly beard, fucking fat, big nose looking motherfucker. King Jiffy Coates' nose probably can smell what's going on in fucking Canada right now, and he's like 1,000 miles away. His nose is so big. I don't care. I do not care. I've never cared. It's like, dude, you just grow a little bit thicker skin. It's not that big of a deal. I don't understand what point we got to as a society where any form of insult ended up becoming just like the end all be all, that you feel like that you're entitled to be this endless victim. It's pathetic.
That out at all.
I want to talk about how Sean spends a good amount of his video insulting Illy's appearance under the guise of giving her tips on how to be more attractive.
She could easily be considered attractive by most people if she just stopped wearing those grandma glasses, picked better clothes, learned how to style her hair instead of always leaving it flat to her head with maximum forehead showing, and watched some makeup tutorials. Yeah, except Noah cut the part that came immediately before that statement where I said that she had good natural features. So let's add that back in. Here it is. Alyssa talks down about her appearance a lot in her videos. This is despite having decent features like strawberry blonde hair, blue eyes, and vibrant skin. She could easily be considered attractive by most people.
Wow, what an insult. She could easily be considered attractive by most people. That is such flattery. You would think he's a simp, alright? If you're gonna show the quote-unquote insulting part, which was about clothes, not her intrinsic appearance, it was about clothes and style, then you better show the flattery as well. The thing is, people are only mad about this part because it's a girl. I'm sorry, nobody really bats an eye when you call a guy a fat piece of lard who needs to get to the gym. But when he says to a girl, choose better dress choices and style, suddenly it's a problem. Not a single intrinsic trait was insulted in this video. Meanwhile, Noah's friends insult guys for being bald all the time, which is not something you can change. And don't make me bring up Hasan Piker. I can't do it. I can't bring up every single video, all right? I can go through a list of shit that guy has said, the literal death threats and everything like that, which is perfectly okay. Of course, Noah's goal was to rile up everyone with, oh, he insulted a woman's appearance.
Well, I mean, just this guy collabs with, oh god damn it, what's that dude's name? He sucks too. He's anyways, there's this blonde-headed fat fuck in this little bread tuber community. I can't remember what the fucking loser's name is. You'll have to let me know in the comments below. But there's this like blonde-headed fat fuck who constantly is making fun of other people's appearances, but once he gets made fun of, like if somebody calls him fat or ugly or something, he then goes into like fucking like fat shaming and disgusting behavior. The people are attacking him over his features when he will do it to everybody else. And I hate that there's this rules for thee and not rules for thee and not for me type bullshit. I almost stumbled over my fucking words like an absolute retard, which I am the biggest retard on the in the internet doing commentary. But it's one of those things that it just constantly irritates the fuck out of me that it's only used as a weapon. Everything that they can find, everything that these fucking idiots can find to utilize as a weapon, they use it. It doesn't matter if they fucking, Ethan is online. It's Ethan is online. Thank you, chat. Ethan is online is the guy. But these motherfuckers will use anything as a shield that they possibly can, but then utilize that same type of talking as a weapon when they're given the opportunity to. It's just so disingenuous. It's all bullshit so that they can virtue signal and have the higher ground, but then go and play in the dirt when they have to. There's never a call out. There's never a hypocrisy, because they'll just fall back on something like whatever's going on politically in the world, and then call them fascist and disgusting and shit. It's just so pathetic.
Which is not what he did at all, and you left out the compliment that obviously softens the blow of, you know, the style critique or whatever. Of course, people will think that when the way you showed it was so misleading and manipulating. Now, one of Noah's most egregious points in the video is when he claims that Sean's video caused the doxing of Illymation, and then he backtracks and says, oh no, I never accused him of doxing. It is so brain dead what he does there. He makes a point and he can't even stick by it because he knows it's completely wrong.
There's a more pressing issue at hand, which is that Sean's videos caused a doxing. Okay, so the second idea that Sean fabricates in his videos is that Illy tried to deplatform him. This idea drove the second, more serious wave of harassment, which is what led to Illy's doxing. Sean and the doxers don't just happen to hold the same opinions in some unrelated way. He's the reason they hold them. Whatever his intent might have been, she is being harassed, she was doxed, and these things would not have happened if it weren't for what he did. So it would be good if he acknowledged this situation so that hopefully his future videos don't lead to their targets getting doxed again.
So I actually counted 10 different instances of Noah saying that I caused the doxing. Noah released a follow-up video where he mostly just digs himself into a deeper hole, and states that he did not accuse me of doxing.
Commenters and creators alike are repeating this around the web, saying that I accused him of doxing. None of them are showing proof or giving timestamps to evidence this claim because they can't, because those don't exist, because this didn't happen.
Yes, you did. And it wasn't a
Dude, he named the video Think Before You Dox. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
thing either.
Dude, you see exactly what I'm talking about? Like, you can go back-to-back videos and make up bullshit, and their fucking fans are so entrenched in believing everything that they fucking say that they don't think about looking at anything critically. It's like, oh, next video, I'm just gonna forget everything I previously learned and go to this next video with bright eyes, bushy tail, and a butt plug in to prove the fact that, oh no, I'm still your little good simp, fucking Noah Samsen. I see the same behavior with the Hasan community, and honestly, whenever it gets to these political guys, all these people have the same fucking thought process. They have to fucking stand by their man. Stand by your man, even when he's lying about shit. That's exactly what's happening, bro.
During the video.
That is absolutely insane. Yeah, Think Before You Sleep totally led to the doxing of Illymation. I mean, dox, doxy. I mean, wow, the doxer and Think Before You Sleep have a lot in common. Oh, if Think Before You Sleep didn't make the video, she would have never gotten doxed. Title of the video, Think Before You Dox, heavily implying that he doxed her, and then you go around and say, oh no, I would never say that. You think I said that he doxed? Nah. That is spineless.
And then these motherfuckers who have no no sense of humor whatsoever. They've never told a fucking joke in their life. They just sit there staring at their fucking blank white walls, thinking about how to conflate their argument to a genocide. And then they were like, oh, but it was just a joke, guys. It was just a joke. I was just having some fun. I was being meta-ironic. The fuck you were, you stupid snake in the grass. You've never made a fucking joke in your life. The funniest thing you've ever seen is when you look at your fucking haircut in the mirror and you can't even laugh at that because you don't know how to manufacture a smile.
Coward behavior. You can't even stand by your own point. It's disgusting. You're obviously like scared of like some slander or something like that. Don't worry, he's not gonna sue you, but stop fucking lying about people. Jesus Christ, man.
But we haven't even gone over the most direct way that Noah accuses me of doxing. He flat out titled his video, Think Before You Dox, which immediately gives off the impression that I doxed somebody. Oh, but wait, Noah's got an explanation for that one too.
Sean here also claims that my video's title is basically a doxing accusation. Maybe I don't have to explain this one, but just in case. Think Before You Dox is a play on words about the fact that she got doxed and the fact that Sean's channel was a part of that process. This title does not specify.
Again, dude, I can't, dude. I fucking can't. It's a play on it, but I'm not saying he's the reason for the doxing. I'm not saying he doxed her. I'm saying, like, if you put enough fucking pieces of the Lincoln Logs together, eventually those motherfuckers go up my ass, and then I start spitting out Lincoln Logs, and those Lincoln Logs had the words, Think Before You Speak, fans doxed them, so therefore Think Before You Speak, doxed them. That's your fucking logic, dude. It makes no fucking sense. It's just shitty Lincoln Logs getting shot out of your mouth at Mach 5.
Action or intent.
That is possibly the single dumbest explanation I've ever heard in my entire life. Anyone who reads the title, Think Before You Dox, and watches your video is coming to the conclusion that you're saying that he doxed her. Alright? And trying to say otherwise is just idiotic. You can't even stand by your own title. How pathetic is that? Even your artwork, like your thumbnail there, is Think Before You Sleep, you know, casting those little rays on him, exposing her, essentially alluding to doxing her. Alright? Maybe that's not what you were going for there, but with that title, it pairs together really well, okay? So essentially, you lied. And
it's not like he's doing it to be like funny. It's not like it's like a funny thing where he was like, yeah, I don't think that he never in the video said, I don't think that Think Before You Speak ever had the intention of her getting doxxed. Like, because that would require actually utilizing some good faith arguments where you actually defend him in a space. But yeah, and like people watch the video and they're like, oh, dude, he's just making jokes. This is just like a jokey, haha, making fun of the situation type video. No. You're just using all this bullshit evidence that is falling down from the period blood fucking waterfall onto your face while your mouth is open, just drinking it like a fucking twisted vampire, just waiting for everybody to fucking be like, oh, you're so right, Noah Samsen. Look how smart you are. It's just fucking pathetic, dude.
Now you're trying to backtrack.
I'm actually kind of a noob on Think Before You Sleep. The title is Think Before You Dox, right? And I read that title, and that's why I watched the video. I was like, damn, that's juicy. What the Think Before You Sleep dox this woman? And
that was my understanding from the title. Yeah. That was my immediate conclusion. That's not what happened at all.
Exactly. So
is that Daddy Turkey Tom and Go Kanaru? Bro, they were on this shit? I miss when Tom Dark was actually still a channel, and he, Turkey Tom was doing commentary. He was a fucking fire voice in this whole genre. I miss him. There's reasons why I diaper max to this day on screen, just filling up my diaper right now, is because I know that there's a void. There's a giant void in the industry left by that motherfucker, and I'm here to fill it with all the poopy pants I possibly can muster.
Anyone who clicks on that video will think that Sean doxed Illy. So you know what you did, Noah. Let's not pretend you don't know about YouTube and how titles and thumbnails are perceived. So can you stop being such a coward and just say what you actually think without backtracking here and hiding behind semantics as if you didn't explicitly say it. Now, after this, Sean points out how dumb Noah's logic is here, saying that he led to her doxing when it is immensely hypocritical considering the comments that Think Before You Sleep got.
Is this person who is threatening me your fault, Noah? Did you not make a hit piece on me that vilified me and directly inspired this comment? Is this person here telling me to end my life your fault? Well, no, it's not, because these people are unhinged, and Noah didn't call for doxing or find some roundabout way to endorse it.
Yeah, as I said, the creator is never responsible for this stuff. You know, some people will take it far for no reason at all. It's not the responsibility of the creators. We can't control thousands or millions of people that are watching. So, I don't know.
I'm gonna put you in the mindset. We're gonna go fucking deep character actor right now. We're fucking DiCaprio, Travolta, whatever. My favorite YouTuber was made fun of. I'm going to fucking find out every information about this person, possibly. I'm going to hunt their nutsack down. I'm gonna puck every pube. I'm gonna send that pube to a fucking laboratory. That laboratory's gonna go and they're gonna find out his genetic compound. We are then going to clone him and beat him with sticks. And once we beat him with sticks, we will then find out his name and release it on the internet. That's the behavior that happens every time, dude. And you can't control people like that. They're fucking stealing people's pubes and turning clones out. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do about that? There's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, people are gonna be crazy. What the fuck are we doing here, dog?
This argument is that he led to her doxing is completely ridiculous when TBWise also points out in his previous videos that she had been doxed before by some weird-ass group that was hell-bent on finding any reason to dox her, essentially. Now, this next part was so egregious. I remember watching it and actually just being in shock. So, Noah says that Sean implied that Illumation's video was going to kill people, and kill children specifically.
One of the main concluding points of Sean's video is that Illy's advice is going to kill people by causing them to eat themselves into an early grave.
You know what's great about this advice? Because you conflated being overweight with extreme obesity, so you could say that both are healthy, what's going to happen is that people who watch this video that are 300 pounds...
Here's what you can expect to pay for your time.
God, here's where we get, like, the virtue signaling fucking hits each other in the face. By the way, I found both of this part cringe from both of them, but it's hilarious to me.
Hey, see? Alyssa is fine with being overweight. I don't have to change either. And then they'll eat themselves into an early grave.
Note that it's not just it might happen. He said that it's going to happen. So it's sort of a direct accusation there, just so we're clear about that. Now, that's a pretty serious accusation, right? The severity of these accusations is then compounded by his immediate reminder to viewers that her audience is probably full of children. The implication here is that Illy's video may end up directly harming or possibly killing children.
That is the biggest stretch I have seen in my entire life. How did no...
Yep. Well, and here's the thing. Like, I like Think Before You Speak, but like, die on the hill that like, oh well, it's gonna cause more kids to be fat, and it's just like, I don't know. I just found it kind of cringe. I mean, like, conflating it as like, this is stupid. That doesn't make any sense. But turning it into I'm being so virtuous by calling this out because fucking a kid might watch this and turn into fucking my 600-pound lad and then die. It's a bit of a conflation as well. Like, it's just, I thought that I saw that whole section as two retards fighting. We have two retards fighting, and that sucks because I think that Think Before You Speak does bring some good points to the fire a lot of times.
Nobody, like, none of his cult audience actually catch this. I mean, they're a cult. That kind of self-justifies. But obviously, that is not what Sean was saying at all. And you know that. When he says what's going to happen, he's given an example of how it can possibly lead to people getting the wrong message about obesity and nutrition. Not actually saying that Illumation's video is directly leading to dead children. You knew exactly what he was saying and purposely phrased him in a wrong way in order to portray him as worse to your audience. How do you sleep at night being such a manipulative liar? Dude, how did he get away with it? I swear to God, if I did half of what he did, my audience would be cooking me. Well done. Congratulations. All right. I'd be over. So,
it's fucking raw.
I don't know, man. You really have to have a Hasan Piker audience to get away with this type of shit. Now again, Noah acts completely oblivious here. He pretends that YouTube is completely fair and says that Think Before You Sleep was never going to get deplatformed because it's such a long 5-step process to even get a single strike, and then you have to go through all these loopholes, so he was never going to get deplatformed, pretending that YouTube actually follows their goddamn rules.
The important thing here, though, is that even if he had been issued a warning, appealed the warning, lost the appeal, then received a strike, then appealed that strike and lost that appeal, finally actually getting a strike, that's still not deplatforming. That's step 1 to deplatforming.
Noah, you are so stupid. This is like watching a criminal rob a store and say, well, no, what do you mean he robbed the store? If he robbed the store, he would be in jail. Therefore, he didn't rob the store. Like, were you born stupid or did you pick that up? There's plenty of people on YouTube who are banned without following this process, all right? And the rules are never applied evenly. Let's stop acting like everything is fair in this landscape. Markiplier got striked for some random reason as well for having a video that everybody else was using. I got striked on my Bobby Lee video recently for using a clip that 500 channels used in their videos as well. I have a video demonetized for full nudity to this day. It is 100% like a Roblox gameplay video or something with 0 nudity, and it's like it got manually approved or whatever because somebody had a bad day. Leafy was instantly nuked off the platform without the 3-strike system as well, so they don't follow the rules.
Now, I don't really care about the video itself getting taken down. What I do care about is YouTube's uneven application of their own rules.
Even if you absolutely hate Leafy, hate everything about him, you still shouldn't be happy that he got banned this way, because to my understanding, he had 0 strikes on his account before it was completely just fucking eradicated from existence.
It was fucking bullshit. It was fucking bullshit that Leafy got pulled off the platform the way he did. And it's like, you can hate Leafy and not think he's funny. I thought he was hilarious, but you could hate Leafy and it's still not a correct application of the rules. And that's just something that YouTube has done before. What they do is they hit your account with 3 strikes simultaneously on 3 different videos from your like fucking endless catalog of videos. They go through because somebody at the YouTube doesn't like you, they manually review, then they decide that you deserve strikes, hit you with 3 strikes and nuke your channel. This is stuff that has happened to a few different creators. Leafy is just the easiest example because he was the most famous. It's disgusting, it's fucking stupid, and I hate anybody who stands for deplatformization. I don't like deplatformization because all that does, especially just people who have a really big voice, people like some of the people that you think deserved it the most, like your Nick Fuentes and shit. Nick Fuentes would have probably like capped out at like a few 100,000 subscribers and then been forgotten about, right? But because of the fact that he was deplatformed and attacked so hard, you have so many spurgs thinking that like the evil Zionist fucking super Jews are after him, and we gotta protect him because he's a martyr now, which is so fucking disgusting. I wish Nick Fuentes was just here to be laughed at all the time because he's a fucking idiot, and I hate him, but I don't stand for him getting deplatformed because all that does is turn these fucking people into a martyr, and these type of people then celebrate and clap their hands. It's like, oh, it's good, we're getting him kicked off the platform, when all you're doing is empowering them and giving more evidence against arguments like this.
Now, obviously, no one knows this. No one knows that YouTube isn't exactly fair, but he will pretend it is like a utopia or something just to prove his point or whatever. Anyways, after this, Noah claims that Think Before You Sleep left out important context for the food is just food clip, right? And this was like a huge point in his video. All of his fan base was like, oh my god, Noah totally got him here. But in reality, what he cut out was completely irrelevant to his point.
Let's hear his argument.
As a small business owner, you need a tax.
As a small business owner, what you have to do is you have to kidnap everybody in your town. And when you kidnap everybody in your town, you force them to buy and work at your store. You pay them a menial wage that gets them enough to live outside of your store, and then you just fucking shovel shit into their mouth. Do they want the shit? No, but they're living their life for the fucking general store. I don't know where I was going with that.
Back to Illy's actual video and see if you can spot what he decided to cut from this sequence.
No matter how many calories, carbs, sugars, whatever is in it. Unless you have life-threatening allergies or dietary restrictions to follow, you should feel free to eat whatever food you want to without beating yourself up about it.
So immediately before she says that fated line, eat whatever you want, she added a caveat. She said, unless you have life-threatening allergies or dietary restrictions to follow.
Okay, this literally changes nothing. Even if you don't have life-threatening allergies, you should not feel free to eat whatever you want to. I don't have these, yet I still watch my diet because everybody should watch their diet. It's not just people who are
That's fair. I mean, I have such a bad, I'm so bad at watching my diet, and it is why I have become morbidly obese. I am a morbidly obese man, and it is all because of the shit that I shove into my mouth because I don't actually like portion control myself. I don't eat things that are healthy for me in the right portion sizes and the right calorie counts. I could do those things, and I have every opportunity to, and I just don't because I'm a fucking retard. That's that's my biggest issue is my fucking eating problems. Oh, late state capitalism, exactly. But that whole bit I did definitely fucking hurts anytime I make a joke about being pro-capitalist. Now people are gonna pull up that clip. It's wonderful. I love it. Let's go, dude. Let's get as many hypocritical King Jiffy Codes moments as possible. I want to see an 8-hour video about me being a hypocrite because I'm an absolute dipshit and everyone should know it. But yeah, dude, I'm terrible about my diet. I'm terrible about watching, and I know it's not good for me. And I know that eventually I am going to need to change. Otherwise, it will lead to my early death.
Diabetics or whatever the hell, this did not change the points that Sean was making. It was so incredibly frustrating seeing the comment section just go ballistic over this, and it's Noah's fault because he purposely frames it as if Sean cut out meaningful information here, and it will absolutely completely trick any viewer who doesn't have the time to go through entire videos like us content creators and, you know, refute these arguments and actually present our side of the argument here, right? So any viewer, I don't blame them for being like tricked here because Noah is a manipulative liar. That's exactly what he's doing here.
While this line is being delivered, you can also see on the screen that the boy who has diabetes is taking a reading of his blood sugar and then gets the green light, so he's good to go for having a s'more with his friends without throwing his blood sugar out of whack. This line, as well as the depiction on screen, is an acknowledgement that there are some exceptions to her statement, which would include, for example, a diabetic person's blood sugar imbalances.
Yeah, but her statement is still wrong, and that was the central point of Sean's video, where her entire video was essentially encouraging poor eating habits and nutrition, and, you know, using this hopeless mindset of saying exercise is useless, I tried everything and I still didn't lose weight, and it's not a good message to send people because that's not the truth. Saying that, oh wait, Illumation said you can't eat whatever you want as long as you don't have conditions like diabetes doesn't make it any better, because Sean wasn't even talking about people with diabetes there. He was saying general, like the point of his video was saying that general
oh, baby girl is upset. Sounds like me when I didn't get wine. Yeah, the baby started crying. My wonderful, amazing super wife calmed her down, though. Whenever she's crying and she sees my face, she's just like, I love you, Dad, but you are not the person for me right now. You are the fucking cum goblin. You're the guy that makes me laugh, but you are not the guy that makes me stop crying. That's every time I'll be holding her, right, and she'll be crying, she'll look at me like, and then like put her hand, she'll like outstretch her fucking arm toward my wife, and I'm like, I see how it is. I'm a second-class citizen in this household.
People will get the wrong idea, and that's exactly what would happen if you watch her video. Jesus Christ, this guy has a master's degree in manipulation, a flippin' PhD times 10. I'm getting a headache trying to decipher all these shady tactics, and it's not even like, I'm not even the central point, I was just like a side point or whatever. This is obviously Sean and Noah's drama here, but man, it would really piss me off if somebody said these many amount of lies about me. Here's Turkey Tom talking about it, and Sean also explains why he actually cut out that statement.
I feel like that line is not that important to cut or leave in. I feel like it doesn't drastically change what she said. Like she's not even, when you say dietary restriction as well, you're not talking about like oh, I'm on a diet. What you're talking about there is like, I can't eat peanuts, therefore I will not eat peanuts, right? That's the caveat. Or like, I have diabetes, therefore I cannot eat a bunch of sugar, right? That's basically what that is. This cut doesn't egregiously change what she said. Like, it's basically a meaningless statement that didn't really even need to be there. Like, it cut nothing.
There's more to Noah's reaction, but first, let me explain why.
You need to tell your wifey that you are the bestest. I'm sure you do. I'd cry. I think we have the perfect dynamic. I am the sarcastic, jokey asshole who makes a lot of crude shit all the time, 24/7. I basically live in the sewage of the world. Like, some people's minds are in the gutter. I went past the motherfucking gutter. I'm swimming around with your Taco Bell turd from last week. So she loves my humor sometimes. Sometimes it annoys her, but she fucking sticks it out with me 24/7. I love my wife. Best person in the world. The one person in the world that means more to me than anything else. Well, my baby's like tied with her because they're like both like the best people in the world and my favorite things in absolute ever. And by the way, dude, I know I'm on a thing, but I'm drinking a soda while fucking these guys are talking about like bad choices. Bad choice, real bad fucking choice right here. I'm drinking soda and being a fucking goblin, and it's gonna make my man titties stretch to my toes.
Why I cut that 3 seconds out. There's a few reasons. I understand that my videos are long, but even with longer content, the goal is still to make the video as short as possible. That way a 30-minute video doesn't turn into an hour because of filler content that isn't interesting. So every good creator will try to cut out as much as they can to keep the video entertaining, especially when it comes to information that is irrelevant to your point. Second, like a song, videos have rhythm and timing to them. a lot of times I'll cut stuff out because leaving it.
Better to be a smartass than a dumbass, my dad's advice. Well, you can run the line. See, there's a line between smartass and dumbass, and if you walk right between them and just slap as many of those asses as you possibly can, like you're a fucking falcon ascending to the sky, you are doing everything right. I think that you can follow that line perfectly and be a dumbass and a smartass at the same time.
In the video screws that up. Turkey Tom also makes scripted videos, and he says it too.
To be fair, it wasn't that important to cut. Why cut it then? I mean, just watch time retention, I guess. Make the video a little snappier. I don't know. It's just like a statement that changes nothing, and like, I don't know.
Exactly. That's pretty much it. The reason it was cut out was because he didn't even think twice. He was just like, yeah, this is not relevant. Obviously, I'm going to cut it out. And Noah somehow manipulatively twisted that shit into making it one of the biggest points in his videos, which is round of applause. That is some, wow, that is some insane level of thinking, like higher order level thinking he had to do to get to that level.
Well, and this is just the problem with the Noah Samsen, the Hasan fan base, all of these Matides? I like Matides. I like Matides a lot. But anyways, this is one of the biggest problems with those fan bases is they will fucking hang on every little word that they say and act like it is the biggest nuke they could have possibly dropped when it's nothing. It's absolutely, it's just fucking, it's just a fucking retard butt twinkle. It's a retard butt twinkle that they pluck and then they throw it on the screen just, and then their fan base just sits there and just sucks down that little butt twinkle as fast as humanly possible and they run with it. There's no evidence behind it. There's no actual logic behind it, but they refuse to watch anybody else's video on the situation. They refuse to hear any other disagreeing points or any premise that might put their favorite creator in a bad light. So what they do is they just go full Spurg behavior. This is the fucking Hasan, Denims, Noah Samsen, Ethan is online playbook. Their audience is captured to them and they are captured to their audience. It is a fucking it is a two-sided dildo that they're just fucking coming in with their asses, shoving to their colons together, and if one of them pops out, there's no more fun and friction, so their life goes into a spiral. That's the mentality over there.
Manipulation. And it was extremely hypocritical for Noah to claim that Sean was maliciously cutting things out when Noah has actually done this, not for retention, not for innocent purposes or anything like that, but clearly for manipulating viewers and twisting points. Anyways, go check out Think Before You Sleep's video. He worked like months on this while also getting a bajillion Noah fans commenting on his videos. Alrighty, can't wait to see the comments on this video, but alright, I'll see you guys next time, guys. Bye-bye, bye-bye.
And this is not today, but or maybe tonight, I don't know. I will go into, I think, the bigger drama at hand, what's going on to this day, the lawsuit, everything else. But I just wanted to highlight the disingenuous nature of Noah Samsen before I like categorically go after him in another way, or like, well, I guess I'm not going after him. I'm watching somebody else who put this shit together and goes after him. I'm just adding extra context and extra fucking cum jokes into the mixture. But I just think that this was an important pretext to what will be another great video on Noah, because that's kind of how I like to do things, especially when it's somebody that I know is disingenuous on the platform and is like actually lying to their audience and keeping them captured to a certain mindset. Is I like to show previous times of them being fucking douchebags and then show them being the actual douchebag in today's more current event situation. I think that that's the best way to go about things, especially when a lot of people will take like the modern drama and then be like, well, this doesn't matter because it's not like he does this all the time, or you just start hating him because it's the popular thing to do. And it's like, well, I mean, it is popular, that's why I'm doing it, because it is engaging, and I am a YouTuber, I want engagement, but at the same time, this isn't the first example. This isn't like I fucking woke up one day and said, oh, Noah Samsen's the enemy. No, there's been like shit that leads up to this moment. Now, I remember when this drama was going on. I remember the interview between Turkey Tom and Think Before You Sleep. I remember them talking about this whole situation, and I think Turkey Tom even did some pushback where I did about the virtue signaling thing about like kids getting fat. And it's not that I think that was the worst thing he said. Like it was like an end all be all. I think he is right in that sentiment. I just think that it was pointless to virtue signal about it. I think that it puts him in the same kind of category of that annoying virtuous person that he's trying to take down. And that was just like my thought at the time. I was like, kind of cringe, but I get your sentiment. And then I just see like all the other stuff that is just categorically put in as just like Noah trying to mislead his audience, mislead the viewer to believe that this guy's a doxing monster. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.